what I will say is this: that was not an apology. There were too many qualifiers.
Mas importante daw yung
It was
Hindi
an
importante.
analogy. Number one, I apologize kung nasaktan ng feelings. If I offended anyone, that is not an apology, Congressman Suntay. And you should know better. What you said was repulsive, out of order, and certainly not becoming of a public official.
May batas dyan, he can be charged. Yung bawal bastos.
Correct.
And bawal bastos against misogynistic.
The irony there, from what we found out from Senator Risa Ontiveros, is that he helped pass that ordinance, yung bawal bastos ordinance, when he was a...
Panahon niya ni President Duterte.
When he was a former...
No, it's not an ordinance. There's a law.
Yes, correct. But initially, it was an ordinance that Congressman Suntay helped pass, a QC, whilst he was former council majority leader, and then it became, a law. So which he helped pass, which obviously covers all lewd, malicious, and demeaning remarks against minorities and women.
Pwede ka nang it's a criminal offense under that law. Pwede kang under the IRR implementing rules ng ombudsman.
Correct.
You can go to jail for up to 2 to 4 years.
It's
and
basically
fined 100,000 to 500,000.
It's all basically gender-based harassment, whether it's verbal, whether it's physical, whether it's psychological. All kinds of gender-based harassment are covered there, which begs me to question if naintindihan talaga ni Congressman Suntay who was covered in that law before he helped pass it, or maybe I don't know if he changed his mind. It's not clear to me kasi all of that is covered under the National Safe Spaces Act as well as the Bawal Bastos.
Kaya sino ba nagsabi na sa Congress minsan bigyan ka lang ng toilet paper, pipirmahan na? Was that Ronald who said that?
Medyo matindi yung batas na yun. Hindi ba it was a controversial law actually dahil masyado daw matindi. Wolf whistling and cat calling. Pwede ka nang parusahan
It was sweeping. It was sweeping.
But the irony is that he's complaining that we're not giving attention to the impeachment complaint when he was the one who brought up
headline nga namin yung impeachment.
When he was the one who brought up that analogy that was out of the blue. And
it also is
medyo malayo-layo yung
malayo. I mean, it's also a non-sequitur analogy, right? I mean, what does his imagination have to do with the charges against Vice President Sara Duterte, which were on video, broadcast nationwide, and at that time she was the second highest, still is the second highest official of the land. I'm not sure the analogy, the logic that he was trying to draw there.
Yeah, he was trying to say yesterday na
imaginary daw yung scenario ni Sara Duterte.
the comments about impeachment. No. They're not censoring the comments about they're not censoring your comments about impeachment. They're censoring your analogy.
Because
that was
nobody
the one taken off the record.
Because it didn't
was not
follow.
the impeachment discussion.
Yeah. Because it didn't follow.
Kasi, pwede mo naman sabihin, di ba? Ano lang naman yung sinasabi ni Vice President Duterte, kung sakali lang, di ba? Hindi pa naman mangyayari, merong conditional. But actually, isa pa yung pinag-uusapan. Conditional. But it's different.
No, remember when she said no joke. So what are we to...
No, ang ibig niya sabihin, merong condition si Vice President.
I know, but remember that video. VP Sara Duterte said no joke.
So she was not joking, but she was saying,
how are we supposed to take her?
Kapag ako napatay, may kinausap na ako, so yun lang, bye-bye.
Yeah,
by a long stretch of the imagination.
Exactly.
Yan ang sinasabi
I
niya.
think we're referring to a different alleged threat.
Kaya nga, that's why he's getting all this flack.
From what I understand, ang kanyang analogy was in response or in reaction to yung sinabi ni Bibi Sara na gusto niyang pugutan ng ulo si Pangulong Marcos. Yung
hiring an assassin is separate.
Story.
Okay. Iba pa
hindi yung assassination story.
Okay. Yung gustong pugutan. Kaya sabi niya, desire is different from doing. Although in the revised penal code, there's also the grave threat violation.
Wish ko lang pala yun, yung inaano niya.
So if we were to follow
ng kaso ng Gabriela.
So if we were to follow his logic, we cannot take any public official at their word, essentially. right? Because if that's my imagination and I say it out loud, you can't take me seriously at what I said. Is that what he's trying to say? I'm not sure, because I know what he's trying to do here, which is downplay what Vice President Sara Duterte said back in that 2024 midnight video.
Ngayon ako kasi, as far as I'm concerned, sige, ibang usapin yung problema ni VP Sara and the impeachment case. That's for the Justice Committee to decide on.
Mahirap siyang i-align
The focus yesterday was whether your remarks were appropriate, whether your analogy was appropriate or not. That's what it boiled down to. Kasi ginagano niya dun sa, hindi, let's talk about VP Sara. Wala yun. You guys decide on that as a committee and as a plenary. As of yesterday, the point was your remark, was your analogy appropriate? That was the question.
Yung imagination.
Everybody
Sabi niya pareho yung imagination.
which everybody clearly said was not appropriate, and I, as a woman, personally did not appreciate that. I thought that was quite demeaning. And I just want to also point out, we did cover the impeachment hearings extensively yesterday, wall to wall. Yan. Of course, it's the biggest story of the day, right? So we did it for 3 days here at One News.
And until today.
And correct. And the fact that he's trying to deflect here and saying, oh, why aren't you talking about the impeachment? Again, it does not follow, sir, because we did cover it. You just didn't see it, but that doesn't mean we didn't do it. We covered it extensively. But the issue yesterday was your very demeaning and lewd comments against the actress.